Hello.
Hey. Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Just finishing
Glad
up
I'm
something
glad we're
here.
together on this private Zoom call. How y'all doing?
Yeah, welcome to what is going to be just us hanging out in separate rooms.
Yep.
How y'all doing?
I'm good.
Now
How are you,
access the
John?
chat.
I'm doing wonderful.
That's great. But
How do we? I'm looking for the chat actually. Oh, I see.
how's everybody else doing? Who's
it.
watching?
If you came in around 5 or on time, since we were a little bit late, you saw we had a banner up. So this in doing this live Q&A as well, we're announcing a merchandise sale with a Chain Reaction shirt, where part of the proceeds are going to go to one of our favorite venues in the whole country, Chain Reaction in Southern California, and also a face mask, since, as Shane had pointed out earlier, that feels like it's going to become part of our normal wardrobe for the next 6 months. And part of those proceeds go to Music Cares, which is an amazing organization that helps out musicians and touring crew.
Yes.
So if you feel like it, you can get some of those items at hailthesun.bigcartel.com.
Yeah, we're really
I want to
stoked
get
on
me
how they came out.
some.
Yeah.
I hope we get a pair.
I hope I get a lot of the masks
Yeah.
at least.
You know, you can decide if you get some, John.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
up to you.
It's not up to me. It's up to all of you.
It's up to us to decide whether you deserve one or not.
Yeah. It's so weird. I'm toggling back between the song. Oh, I see the question popped up, but I'm toggling
All
between the live stream, and then us. And there's such a big lag that I'm confusing myself seeing me talk.
Sounds like a bad idea.
It's Shane talking. Yeah, it's very confusing. Anyway, okay.
Don't make it harder than it has to be.
All right. Favorite song. I think it's probably different for each of us. No.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
My favorite song, I'll start, that we've written. So it's one that y'all have not heard yet. Not Shane, John, and Eric, but the people listening to this stream. They have not heard it yet because it's on the new album. But if we're in order to name one that is public, I think that Repellent is one of my favorite songs that we've ever written, that I've taken part in.
Nice.
I would say for me, probably either Al Spladal or I'm actually really pleased with how Devastate and Recalibrate came out. That the intro chord progression is one of my favorites that we've ever written.
Mine, I think it's a satisfying feeling looking back on writing The Fun and Dysfunction. There's just a lot of different things in that song, and it feels really good.
Is that me? Should I go now?
You're last.
For me, you know what? It was a song that was not a Hail the Sun song, but it was a song I wrote in 8th grade called Kill the Seagulls.
Kill all the seagulls.
No, it's just, we did talk about killing all the seagulls. They did poop on us at
Those are the
lunchtime.
lyrics.
And you were the lead singer, weren't you?
It was, I did sing it. It was a punk rock band. I'll play it for you guys one day. Ask me about it.
Ask me about it. All right, cool. Next question. The new album. Right now, there's not much we can really say, because it'd be a different story if we weren't in a global pandemic. The global pandemic is making things a little bit complicated for the moment. So we don't really have a straight answer for that at this time. That sound right?
We wish we did have a straight answer.
Yes.
And if things were different, we would have a straight answer for you guys. But it's just not the case at the moment.
Yeah, Yeah, here's the thing, guys. There's not a new album. No, maybe there is. Maybe.
Well, there definitely is. The maybe is sort of not necessary. Would you say?
Maybe.
I like being above you because I'm actually looking down when I'm talking.
So I go,
Yeah, we could do some
This is
Brady
like the Glass Half Empty music video.
Yeah. Who's got marshmallows?
Oh, dude, we should have coordinated something better. We could have looked
I
over.
know.
Wait, if I look
We
at
still
Eric
can.
this way.
Oh, I wonder who's over there.
We can say real quick about the new album that there's no one that wants it to come out sooner than us, probably. Maybe the record label do, but we really want it out, and we're going to do everything we can. It's not going to be a super long wait, okay? It'll come out sooner than later, and we cannot wait till you can hear about. We think it's some of our proudest work. Anyway. Coolest part about being on tour. Anyway.
Let's move it
Someone else can start this one.
I mean, if we were friends, it would be.
You have an answer for that.
No, it's great. I mean, it's better than not touring with people you don't like. So we laugh a lot. And we get to travel. So it's great.
We also don't really hang out like outside of touring or doing music related stuff. So it's always fun when we get the band back together and get back to our antics.
Kind of like back at summer camp or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
It's mostly geographical. Like we're at least 45 minutes is the closest we are to one another. So for events like birthdays and stuff, we'll still get together. But outside of that, we get all of our hangs in on tour. And it's so much fucking fun. And it's cool when the bands we're touring with are our friends as well. Because
it's almost always the case.
Yeah, it's like a non-stop hangout. All we're doing is hanging out. It really is as fun as it seems. Like I can't even there's downsides, but it really is as fun or funner than I imagined as a wee Donnie growing up.
I don't want to imagine that.
You didn't have to. You were there.
Yeah, you were there.
It's true.
Good question, Devin. Good question.
Devin, excellent question.
Oh my God.
A great one.
I haven't done a cat tip in a while. Can you tell it's over? No, I'm just kidding. Cat tip for quarantine, I would have to say is, you just gotta stay sane enough to get through the day and then reset it again the next day. While it's a ticking time bomb. So the tip is get your sleep.
Full circle, I see.
Yeah,
that's great.
Started here and it kind of went around here and ended nicely.
Where's it gonna go? I don't know.
Perfect loop.
That's so sweet.
Thank you, Vital Void Echo.
Vital Void kisses.
What color lightsaber would you have if you were a character?
Oh, green or blue?
Okay, those are gone. What do you guys have?
They're not gone. You can still pick them.
Was there an orange? I like orange.
Okay.
Was there an orange? I mean, there could be if you want an orange.
I want an orange.
I want maroon. I want a maroon.
Nice. I'm gonna take a purple one. I want a purple. Like
Purple's
Mace.
Like
Purple's
Master
good.
Windu.
Exactly.
You look good in purple.
Me
I'm
and
actually
Samuel.
watching like all of the Star Wars movies right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
mentioned
pretty
that
deep.
earlier. Have
Disney
you watched
Plus.
them all before?
Yeah. I'm just
Going through.
bored.
Yeah.
Quarantine.
Why not?
I know why not. I got the time.
Why not?
You deserve it.
Thank
Donnie,
you.
Donnie,
you
I
do
got a
too.
question. If I could cut in to the Q&A. I know you don't love Star Wars movies. Do you have a least favorite Star Wars movie?
Do you
Me?
know what any of them are called?
Me?
Yeah, you,
Yeah.
Donnie, are not Star Wars guy.
Well, I always get scolded when I say that I love the Jar Jar Binks one. Whenever I say that, Eric or you or John say that's about right. You would.
You know
like
what?
that
I'm kind of changing my opinion on that. I used to hate it, and it's pretty funny actually.
Yeah, I like
So
you.
I'm okay with Jar Jar.
I like
I just
it,
don't understand
dude.
why they made him a senator. Doesn't make sense. A
Senator.
general or
A big step up from
big
banishment.
step. Yeah.
In the one he's introduced, he's a senator.
Not
I
at
think
first.
in that one he becomes like a diplomat.
Spoiler alert.
He definitely
sorry.
becomes a general. Spoiler alert for well, you guys haven't seen the movie that came out in like 2001.
There are people out there.
There are people out there. There are people out there.
Wait, but Donnie, do you know? Can you name a single one of the Star Wars movies, like the full title?
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Which episode?
Jar Jar Binks the senator.
Jar Jar Binks the senator. That's like Clone Wars or something.
Is there another one called The Lone? No, there's not.
No.
There's a lone,
It's close. You're missing one letter.
Lone Ranger.
loner. Clone.
Yeah, you got it.
Clone.
Clone Wars.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see where this is going. We see where this is going.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man.
Do the
Dude.
2009 demos exist anymore?
Yes.
Is time travel possible?
Mm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
demos exist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have them, but you guys do. Good job.
Yeah, they're on a computer somewhere in a trunk.
I have some.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
So they
Ralph.
exist.
There you go.
There's something called when we did one of our tours. I think we just burnt. We didn't. We did the burn the CD. The band burned their own CD thing and then wrote permanent marker and sold them at shows.
Yeah,
I
we
think
did that
we
at
called
Chain
them-
Reaction even.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think we called them the Chico Demos, right?
Chico
Like
Demo
that-
2009.
Yeah,
I
something
think
like
so.
that. Yeah, there's a few of those that exist out there.
They're on eBay, I think, for like $5 or something. Probably.
I haven't found any. I have a few still of my own, but there is. When we first did Pal Rat and the Kisser in 2010. Shane ordered 200 or was it 100?
It was a lot. It was a
I don't think it was that.
too many.
That's not a lot.
It
Wait,
was when you get to the next part of the story.
Yeah, because we had them for a long fucking time.
Oh.
But what I was going to say was whether it's 100 or 200 in 2010, I gave my personal copy a year later. It was the last one that I ever owned. I gave it to Anthony Green at a Circus Survive concert in Chico.
Nice.
And I don't have any. That was the last one I had. So that
Do you think he
it's
still
long
has it?
gone. Is what I'm trying to say. It's
Probably
long
served as a
gone.
nice coaster for them on their bus.
This was 2011. Keep in mind. And I
Yeah.
waited. I waited and like chased him outside not chase him, but he came outside the venue and I was like, yo, here's my CD because I worked that show. I was working as part of the production company.
That's crazy.
I think I still have like a handful of those CDs that I saved
Mhm.
somewhere. I'd have to
You
find
still
them.
have
And I'm-
some?
Yeah, I think I have like
Ooh.
5 of them. And I'm not going to look for them.
I'll look for him.
The dud.
No, you won't.
Was the
That's a
show
good
at
question.
Holy Diver?
What do you guys think?
It was not. It was not
I
the
don't
hottest
think so
show we ever
either.
played. I think
No.
the hottest show.
Nile Underground.
Oh man, it was like
Desperate for Holland,
130 degrees in there.
Mm.
Or
We
is that
definitely-
too much?
No,
No,
it
it
feels like
that's
it.
close.
30.
with just it's like a cement basement, so it just fills up with human steam.
No,
Waste.
no AC
Waste.
at all. I was thinking the festival we did in Bakersfield when we
Rockin'
played
Roots.
at noon, and it was like 113 or whatever. It was so hot.
Yeah, directly
Oh,
into our
yeah.
foreheads.
Wow.
I almost passed out right after that set.
We got pretty lightheaded.
Yes.
Quick.
Yeah. That was outside though. So
It was outside, so it is.
Yeah.
It's
better.
not terrible. The Nile is just like a prison cell.
It's a pit.
Oh yeah.
Also, though, we can't forget Soundbar in Orlando. We've played there in the summer, and it was so hot, just drenched. It's like you took a shower.
You're taking a shower.
People were just swimming on top of you. Just swimming.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's an
we had
underwater
snorkels
show.
on.
The steam was so thick. Oh, there's been some hot shows.
Good questions, yeah.
All right, what's this?
How much do you guys think about your gear / tone? Any signature models for anyone on the horizon?
Probably more towards
no.
you guys.
No signature models. We don't really
Have that.
I feel like we don't really stress too much on that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of just like what we like and just use it. But I mean, recently I've been kind of experimenting with like pickups and stuff like that, but it doesn't really get too intricate as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I was like, Donnie and I both went to recording school, and I was taught just to trust my ears always. So I've always tried to just make the best sound I can out of the gear that I have. And the gear has improved from when I was playing like a Vox combo during Hail the Sun's early tour.
That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, the guitars are still the same, and I'm just dialing in. I'm thinking more about how the actual sound is than I am about what tools I'm swapping out.
Eric, I was gonna say your Ernie Ball guitar. That's kind of like your signature model because you custom made it.
In a way, yeah. I was able to get it with a rosewood fingerboard instead of a maple. So it's, as far as I know, the only one that exists that's like that.
To me, it feels like that guitar looks like you because it's yours and you ordered it that way. Just like how you say my car looks like me.
Oh yeah,
that guitar looks like you.
I do really love my Music Man guitar.
It's good.
It's
really good.
serving me very well.
Yeah, your personal touch.
I use Vic Firth are my go-to drumsticks. I use Sabian cymbals. I love Sabian. I've always loved Sabian. And Remo drumheads, always my go-to. That's my gear. And then microphones, I love Telefunken and Shure.
I guess for me too, I love my G&L bass. It's punchy. I mainly just go for loudness and clear tone. However I'm going to get there, whatever it's going to take. The Carvin head that I'm using is super clear for that. So otherwise, I have no idea about tone and gear. So,
that G&L bass is awesome, though.
Yeah, the G&L
that's a nice bass.
Sick.
It's kind of like
so
all
warm
locked
and
into that. If the bass sounds good, that's all you need for the most part. So
I've always thought that G&L sounded great through Orange. You've used it through Orange cabs before, and it sounds so fucking good.
Oh my god! Might have to get an Orange.
We might have to get you.
Oh.
God,
looks like that'll never happen.
That was good. Looks like we might have to get me blackout.
Got.
I don't think we could say yet, or does it matter? Yeah, we should probably hold off on saying that for now. What do y'all think?
Sure.
About the album artwork? Yeah, you'll see, but you'll like it. I think you'll like it.
You will love it, I hope.
It'll be right with what we feel is representative of the songs and of Hail the Sun brand.
Yeah.
Artists are you listening to?
This past month, I've listened to a lot of Bad Sons and Rudimentary Peni and Andres.
Nice. Yeah, Bad Sons, man. They're funky.
I went into I went into AFI's old catalog randomly and did like full albums from back when, as far as I knew, all I knew was Napster and LimeWire or whatever. And I was like grabbing this song and that song. So I didn't know which albums I was getting them from. So to go through a whole album now and have it not be in that shitty quality too was pretty cool.
I've kind of just been I've actually been listening to a lot of like old 90s hip hop and just like learning, like not learning, but listening to artists like their full like discography. And then also I've been actually getting Shane. I've been listening to a lot of Steely Dan lately.
Nice.
I know you're a Steely Dan proponent.
Nice.
So
What era? Once you dive
they're
in.
so good.
What era, Eric? What era of that?
What's
Steely
that?
Dan. What era of Steely Dan are you listening to?
Right now I'm just wrapping my head around Asia.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I've been kind of listening to America and John Mayer for like finger picking. I'm trying to work on my acoustic finger picking style. So more like singer-songwriter, just getting down with it. So good question.
What are some of your musical influences for the instruments you play in the band? I was surprised to hear blast beats in this style of music. We like to surprise.
Yes.
My go-to influence definitely for why I play guitar is my dad. I just grew up hearing him pick it up after work every day and playing the same few songs he had written just over and over and over. And it inspired me to play later.
Nice. I think... I'll go for it, Connie.
I was going to say that, sorry, I can't tell. It's a little laggy for me. My brother and my whole family got me into playing. And my brother, when I was in kindergarten, my parents, bless their hearts, bought me a paper drum set. I say a paper drum set. It was a kid's drum set. I was 6 years old, but it had paper drum heads. Very, very cheap. But it was good enough for me at the time. And my brother just had me play just hit random shit while we jammed in his room. He was 14, I was 6. And after I hit all the drums a bunch of times for like 20 minutes straight, he stopped me and then showed me the simple beat. And since then, I started wanting to get better. That's how I got started playing. But in high school, I was a punk drummer for a long time and then started playing in metal bands. So I loved grindcore and blast beats. They're always so much fun. So when we started, I heard bands like Number 12 Looks Like You and The Fall of Troy. They were able to incorporate those types of beats into this style of music. And I wanted to continue to try to build off of that. And it just so happened that it worked in a lot of our music.
I think I was first interested by like 70s like classic rock acts, the Eagles, Joe Walsh, Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler, and then I don't know, like Jimi Hendrix. It kind of like I guess like a typical guitarist like progression, as you will, of like influences. But then it kind of started getting into like more punk stuff, like No Effects, like 182.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And then just evolved into like Fall of Troy, Mars Volta type stuff. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty common for a lot of people, that sort of trajectory.
Yeah, for me, I started, listening to punk in middle school and like the hard rock angsty stuff. So started playing in bands around then, and that kind of evolved from like punk to rock and then meeting you guys in college and starting Hail the Sun. So just so many different influences go into Hail the Sun, I would say, that we all bring.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the heck is Syrah?
Not Damien Hyde. It's a big secret. Next question.
It's a thing.
Everyone's favorite release.
All right, I'll try to keep this just to one because I could go into detail about all of the reasons why I like all the different ones. My favorite one as of this moment, and it has to do with the composition, the way I felt like it was captured, and the time frame of that point in our career. It was very exhilarating. I mean, they all were, but this for sure just felt a little different. And so I would say Secret Wars is probably my favorite Hail the Sun release to date.
Nice.
But they're all cool in their own way.
Yeah, it's hard to pick your favorite when there's so many.
Yeah, who's your favorite
I mean,
kid?
I just did it. It's all good. I just did it, but I guess it's hard.
Secret Wars is the one that I popped into my head first too, but Elephantitis is up there as well. Both of them, I think, just because they're smaller. I don't know. They're like, I don't know. There's something about that like they're my favorites.
What do you think, Eric?
Well, I was going to say Secret Wars as well. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's not really a fair question because, like Donnie said, I like them all for different reasons. But Secret Wars and Wake, I would say, probably my two favorites if I had to choose.
Yeah, they're all so different, and each process was so different from each other. Secret Wars, the whole writing process and the release. I was going to say Secret Wars too, or Wake, because Wake was like the first, I don't know, something about it. The process that was like the most memorable, just being in the studio. And so
I think I want to at least mention that during the Elephantitis era, that was a really exciting moment to be in Pus Cavern. It was the first time we were in a studio with an engineer of that, to us at that time, was of that caliber, I guess. And we were pulling crazy weird hours, and everything was coming together, and like way better than we'd ever heard anything that we've recorded prior. And I remember Josh Benton, the engineer at the time, really like feeling strongly about the songs and telling us as he was mixing, like, this is going to be a really big thing for you guys. Like I can just feel it. I can already tell. And that was really exciting. And it was shortly after we released that we started to get more national attention and we did more national touring, and it really started. It was what got us to that next point in our career. So I think of that recording session as a very exciting time as well, because it was like the first real solid recording out of Sacramento that we had been a part of. Definitely.
Man, good times. Good times.
They're all endearing, but anyway. There's good stories from all of them.
Can we expect any features on the next album? Yes. They'll be featuring Donovan Malero, Eric Garcia, John Sturt, and Shane Gann.
Wow. My favorite 4 members of Hail of the Sun.
That about answers it.
Yep, that's it. Thank you.
Good question.
The Sun was God before God was God. The Sun creates before God created. Therefore, the Sun is what we all truly were hailing at one point before he came.
Poem by Donovan Malero.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That wasn't bad, right? Did that explain it a little bit?
That's pretty accurate.
I think so, yeah.
Is that your
Concise.
children's book?
That was off the cuff. That was just like, that came to me in the moment.
Yeah, that's basically it, though. Good job.
Thank
It
you.
was beautiful. Your children's book.
Without
Not a bad idea.
Oh,
I go through waves.
yeah.
I go through extreme waves.
Ups and downs and sideways and the other side, all over the place.
The other side especially, huh?
The side, up, down. I'm good.
The other
I'm
side,
good.
yeah. The other side.
How you guys been holding up? See, they lost their
Honestly,
mind.
we are. I don't know how Eric's doing at all, but I have just had to keep busy, very busy, in different ways than ever before. I mean, not totally different, but usually, I've never been home as an adult. I've never been home, or probably ever, any of us really, for this long without ever going anywhere. And we leave for a month at a time, month and a half at a time. So this amount of time that we have straight at home is so interesting. I'm not a creature of routine usually, or so I thought, but I'm finding that I obviously tend to a routine and things like that. And it's just interesting getting used to this much time. And so, yeah, I'm having to keep it pretty busy, do things that I know are hopefully good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, not a whole lot has changed. I'm kind of like a stay inside kind of dude. I don't really go out too much, so it's just more of the same for me. I will say though, like I would say the first month of quarantine, I was playing a lot of video games, like a lot of video games, and I pretty much like got sick. I got sick of it, and I like a couple weeks ago, I just hit this like productivity wave where I just really want to not be in front of a screen playing games all the time, and I want to do something with my hands and go outside and be a normal person. So
yeah. Like the innateness of like, oh my God, I need to create something or build something or run around and burn off some steam. I think like Shane, like you said, routine has been key. Like just keeping something normal, and keeping active. Because I've just been trying to exercise and get out, get some fresh air when I can, not be cooped up all day. But
I will greatly echo those sentiments, especially what Shane was saying. Was it's in the last 6 years I've not been stationary for this long, because even if we weren't touring at Sail the Sun, if I was doing touring with another band or not touring at all, I was out going to shows and visiting tours that I had booked or friends across the country. I love to travel. So it was very, very strange to be home for this long, and I need to stay busy or else I will go crazy. So I've been also coming up, I've given a lot more time to endeavors that I otherwise felt like I didn't have enough time for, between Hale, the booking career, and everything that comes with it. Now I've been able to work on a few other things that I've wanted to do for over a year now, but I'm finally able to execute, and I'll be sharing all that stuff shortly as well. But we're really, if it wasn't for all of this, we would right now be beginning to roll out some new songs, which would be very excited about. But I'm trying to cope with not being able to do that at this very moment. But yeah, just staying busy and creating a structure. Because I think we were fun, dude. Do you remember? It's not happening anymore. We were going to sleep fucking like 7 a.m. It was ridiculous. Between 6 and 7 a.m. I was going to sleep.
Only a couple of weeks ago for me.
Yeah, it was so rough, and I have since corrected it because I want to use the daytime hours to still remain productive. That's just what we're still working on, a bunch of ideas behind the scenes.
It's a battle to fix that sleep schedule.
It really is.
Man, you guys had it bad. I didn't get my sleep messed up at all when you were telling me that. You guys need some help. All right.
Definitely a night owl.
True.
Same here.
Oh, man.
Same here.
But you have a wife to keep you in line.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't be my free cat. I can't roam around.
Yeah.
Keep you in line.
All hours of the day, sprinting across the hall.
That's true. That's true.
We've been trying to think of more and more ways to adapt to this time and how to continue on with our business and staying connected with everyone.
Yeah. Good question, Casey. Good question. Thanks for asking. Who do you find as your biggest influence in music?
Number one.
Man.
I don't think any of us have a number one.
I know. That's hard. Hard to find out.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's really hard to think of.
It's changed over time, too. If there was one, it's changed over time. It's too hard to really pinpoint it.
If I could say like one person, it would be the first man to find a drum beat in the history of music. Whoever was just
he found the drum beat. He found
that guy.
Everybody else starts figuring it out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's my biggest influence. That guy started it all.
I like that he found it. Like he was walking around and just came from nowhere.
Something hit him. That guy, he did it. Or woman. That guy.
He
or
was
woman.
known throughout the land for that song.
If I could create, since it's such an incredibly broad question, biggest influence in a business sense would be someone different than biggest influence in a creator sense as well. There's different fields that I would pull from, but that's if I felt like sharing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely buy. Thank you so much, Sumi Magami, for that question. You can indeed buy the face mask by itself. If you missed it at the beginning, we are selling a face mask at hailthesun.bigcartel.com. A proceeds of that goes to Music Cares. There it is. Yep. And also a Chain Reaction, a shirt that has our name and the Chain Reaction logo. Chain Reaction is a venue in Southern California, for those of you that don't know. It's one of our favorite spots to play in the country. They've always been really good to us, and they have, I think, almost every band ever, if you play rock music, has played Chain Reaction. So we are doing a sale with them, and a portion of the proceeds go to Chain Reaction. But you can buy them separately if you'd like. Just go to hailthesun.bigcartel.com.
Yeah. Thanks, Sumi.
I like to talk about POW maybe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
A little chat, maybe.
Biggest sport. I'll start. My biggest sport. My family for sure. My family is my biggest supporters would probably be my parents.
Yeah.
I would say family and friends.
For sure. Parents all the way.
Yeah, and significant others, especially these days.
Oh, absolutely.
Roommates, I feel like anybody you're close to these days are keeping me very supported.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah, significant others for sure.
And things like Netflix and Hulu, those are supporting me too. Okay, if we were a cover band,
I don't know.
I would
Tears
have
for
fun.
Fears.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 80s stuff, either that side of 80s or like Van Halen, glam rock.
Frankie Valli.
That would be fun.
Frankie Valli. Right, Donnie?
I love John. That's absolutely correct. I love.
All right, we're gonna start a Frankie Valli and Tears for Fears cover band.
That'd be sick. How cool is that line? I think I'm every time it comes up, I'm always telling you guys, how cool is that line? Eric, Shane, how cool is that line? Where something happens and I'm head over heels. I never find out till I'm head over heels. That's so good. That's incredible.
He's a genius. They're so
right,
good.
Eric? You right?
I agree.
You're looking the wrong way.
Not on my screen.
Is it backwards?
There.
Is John this way?
I think it's
Yeah,
different
man,
for all of us, isn't it? I don't know.
Maybe.
You guys, I'm gonna grab my phone charger before my phone dies, so don't miss me. I may come back. I might.
We weren't planning on missing you, but okay.
I'll be right back in a jiff.
Take your time.
Oh, question for me. Favorite games to play? It always changes. Recently, at least during quarantine, I've been super into Escape from Tarkov. Put like thousands of hours into PUBG. Rocket League is always a super fun. I mean, yeah, I've been gaming like all my life, mostly PC. Like started with Counter-Strike 1.6 and Call of Duty, all that stuff. I just get too good at games, then I just get bored with them. Humble brag.
Humble brag. I saw I'm watching I'm also on the Facebook
You guys can continue
Thing.
still.
Oh, we didn't miss you. We didn't miss you.
Goofs.
I'm seeing some cool questions here too. And Brent says hi, by the way.
Brent Walsh from I the Mighty?
Yep.
Wow. Oh man. Jay,
Yes.
I've seen you in here. I like your suggestion about our OnlyFans account. Can Shane tell the story about when he tried to do a backflip off a park bench? I guess I'm coming clean because my parents still think that I broke my hand ice blocking that day, which we were doing, which is where you sit on a block of ice and slide down a hill.
I loved ice blocking.
It was really fun. And it has an effect on you once you do it. You know, this sort of excitement comes over you, this adrenaline rush, and you want to do it over and over and over again. And if your friend sort of suggests, hey, Shane, go do a backflip, you'll try it. And you won't make it because you've never tried a backflip before. And
But your
you'll
friend's
realize
saying
that.
all of this?
No, yeah. At this point,
Oh.
I'm standing on a bench, a park bench, trying to give myself a little leverage because I don't want to try it on flat ground. I've never done it before. So I go off the back of the bench, and I realize about halfway through that I don't know how to do this. And I do more of just a back dive into the earth. And I broke this bone in my hand because I landed on it. And then my face hit, and all my friends loved it, like Jay. I'm glad he has that story in person. And it is kind of a fond memory because of how much joy it brought all of them at my expense. So don't do that ever.
I feel like that's kind of a common thing, is you trying to do a flip or a jump or something and getting injured.
You guys know me.
I can think of several times you've done some acrobatic shit that's sometimes it works.
No, most times it works. Most times it works.
Thank you, guys.
But we don't remember those
Track
times.
record.
We remember the
Yeah,
times that it
exactly.
doesn't work. Did we lose John?
Oh no.
He'll
All right, there we go. All right.
Cool.
yeah, fuck yeah.
The real chat's
I
gonna
know.
start.
Let's go.
So, does anyone know how to play bass?
I saw a question on the chat here. Let's leave this one up as well. I like Veronica's question, but one here that was kind of cool. What band? So these are from. If you guys are listening on Facebook, you can still. I'm on there checking questions. What band breaking up devastated you? Each one of you guys, if there was one.
You're bringing up some.
Actually, I was never
None for
really
me.
devastated
Hold
about
on.
that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Never mind. Let's continue with this one. Oh, there it is. It followed me.
Oh,
The emo
Oh,
bot
bot
9000 is
9000.
gonna follow you for the rest of
When
your
Mars,
life.
finds you.
When Mars Ultra broke up, I was pretty bummed. But devastated, I don't think I've ever been devastated by a band breaking up. Okay.
yeah. If I can't think of it now, I don't think I have one either.
Yeah.
But I tried. Thanks.
I can't think of any.
I don't have one. Sorry, emo bot.
Worst food you've ever had on tour?
Fresno.
Fresno.
Fresno. I mean, I was gonna
All
say
right.
the junk pails or whatever they're called in
Junk
upstate.
fails.
What are those things?
Garbage
Some-
plate?
Garbage plates. Some people love those things. It's an upstate New York thing, not my flavor.
Yeah.
But I think
garbage
Fresno
plates.
maybe needs a mention.
So Fresno.
Man, there's been a lot,
We,
I'm sure. Fresno is
Should I say
definitely one that
Fresno?
comes to mind.
What happened, John? Are you there?
I'm having some. I was there. Sorry, I can't hear Eric. But Fresno, we got some seafood in the middle of nowhere. Me and Shane, against Donnie and Eric's approval, and it was a really bad poor seafood. I mean, I got sick for sure. Do you remember that, Shane?
I remember that it didn't even feel like a restaurant when we were inside of it. there was like 3 tables all up against one of the walls, and then a walk-up counter and a kitchen behind it. And I don't know what they use the place for. Yeah.
You know, it's bad when you walk into a restaurant and they're all sitting. Everyone who works there is sitting in the chairs and they stand up. People are here. You know,
like they don't know what to do when a customer comes in.
10 years.
That's so fucking funny.
Fire up the grills.
Like we ate Bob's Burgers.
It was bad.
Bob's Burgers looks good.
Well, yeah, I mean, but sometimes they don't have customers, and that's the whole episode.
I love junk pails a lot. I'm so glad you said that.
Garbage plate.
Garbage plate.
Yeah. John. I like junk pails though. Worst food I've ever had on tour. I don't think yeah, let's just stick with the Fresno one. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Donnie only eats good vegan food now.
Yeah. I try not to eat questionable food, like the Fresno fish place.
That was also 10 years ago. So
yeah, I wouldn't even know if you would call that tour.
I think we already answered this question. Miss Haley.
Okay.
What are some deep cuts? Another great question.
Arcane Justice.
Ooh.
There's a lot of deep
people
cuts.
that protect us.
I would like to play There's Plenty of Fish in the Sea. Too bad you're not a fish.
Yeah. What about you, John?
Still thinking?
I like deep cuts. I would say Jane Doe.
We played it once, but yeah, that'd be fun one.
Yeah.
It's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dustin.
Yes, thank you, Dustin. Oh, Dustin. Nice.
You learn anything? We learned their songs because they played them live every night. Great songs too. That was a great tour. That was a fun tour. That was a cold tour.
I did.
That was an adjective tour.
I learned what foxing.
Insert any adjective.
Oh yeah, that was a definite learning from that.
Yeah.
We learned that foxing is, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but I think it's the smell and what happens to books as they age.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
basically just the aging of a book. Yeah.
Is that what their band name is? That's where it came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, that was a very, very fun tour.
Yeah.
I loved Linkin Park, man. When Meteora came out, but there's one before that. Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory.
Yeah, that was
Bangers.
dude. That was like when
Non-stop.
a band could release something like that and just explode, and explode they did. And Meteora was on the same level to me. I like, it was so hard to top Hybrid Theory. Then they did Meteora. This is still like what, 15 years ago, maybe almost 20 years ago now.
It was like early 2000s.
Dude, they were they were one of my favorite bands back in the day. They were epic.
Yeah.
And they were redefining a genre, because at that time I felt like that hadn't really been done. 2 singers, and one sort of did a rap type of style, and the other one did the real high nasally singing and screaming, and it was more mainstream.
Yeah, I thought they were a really good rock band. One of my first sort of rock bands coming of age like that. It was just perfect. Like Donnie's saying, for all those reasons, it was so powerful. It was just so good.
Yeah, that was one of the first bands that I was exposed to that had like screaming.
Yeah.
That I could wrap my head around, and which like opened up the doorway to like all kinds of heavy music with screaming and stuff. But
yeah,
the way that Chester did it with it was like there was pitch to it, so I guess it was like easier to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
and like then they had like the whole sort of industrial like new metal-y kind of sound. They're just really good.
Yeah, they were a brilliant band.
Was Hybrid Theory their first album?
It was it the first
Definitely
big
the first
one, right?
major.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
first huge. Yeah.
I didn't hear it. I didn't listen to it fully until like 2 years ago.
Oh wow,
And fucking loved it.
it still holds up.
Yeah.
Holds up so well. Oh man. Yeah.
It's so good. So fucking good.
Good band.
Different for the upcoming album.
Cool name, first of all.
Very cool.
Yeah. How did it differ?
I say we had more
As
time
opposed to
For any other.
Yeah.
it was pretty similar, I guess, to answer the question. Pretty similar process.
We had more time to prepare. We gave ourselves more time, and we had more time to demo as well.
We definitely ate a lot more Taco Bell this time around.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so much Taco Bell.
Oh,
Triple
beans
layer
were our
nacho,
blood.
2 bean burritos, no onions, 2 potato soft tacos, no spicy shit, and then mild sauce.
You order the same thing every time, right? That's your
Yeah, I think every time. Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes I
was telling
got a
Vanessa
little bit
that. She thought it was really funny.
So that was like probably almost 30 times that month.
Yeah, it was
You paid-
very
So
many
You
times.
paid for somebody's salary, probably.
It was a commitment. It was part of the
You know that
process.
Taco Bell's is a specialty in London. That's what Claudia was saying. There's like one, but it's not that good. We ate it while we were there, and it was like not the best.
That's
Anyway.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, but over here. So wait, the question was how is the recording process differ for the upcoming album? And we ended by saying Taco Bell in London isn't as tight as it is over here.
Donnie, a lot of people
That's the
are,
quality content they're looking for.
a lot of people are commenting on you not liking your spicy shit. They love it. I think it's worth clarifying.
Dude,
Donnie
I'm
does not
getting
like
shit.
any spicy shit.
Hey, don't get
Yeah.
murdered on here, dude. It's all right.
Donnie has a very basic palate.
I like what I like. Okay, I'm getting used to the spicy shit on the potato tacos, but it's overwhelming. They put too much on. So if I say light chipotle sauce, they're never gonna actually do it. I'd rather just put my own sauce from the packet on a dry potato.
Which is
taco.
mild, mind you.
Which is mild sauce. Yes, Eric. Thank you for clarifying. And that's actually a really popular thing on tour with us and our whole crew. All of us, Alan, Christelle, Sam, everyone, Rex, John.
John's on our crew.
No, Arnett. We go to Taco Bell and we binge because it's so cheap. They sponsored us one time too.
Yeah,
What are we talking about anyway? Because I feel like we're talking about Taco Bell now for like 5 minutes. Is that just me? It's mostly me, huh?
We don't mind.
Yeah, they want to know about the most embarrassing moment on stage.
Grimsy.
I fell into a crevasse
Oh, I remember that.
at Warped Tour in Las Vegas. I was all confident walking along stage.
It happens, dude.
Feeling really good. And next thing I know, I fucking fell straight down, slammed my arms, and I looked up for help, like, can someone do something? But there was nothing we could do. I had to just pull myself out of the crevice. And I really fucked my leg up. It really hurt for a good week.
Because what happened? Like your leg slipped between the stage, right?
Between the stage and the
You know.
extension. There's an extension of the stage. For those singers who know how to use it, they can walk out on the extension and feel even better about being close to the crowd. But I was trying to get out that little extension and just sunk right into the crevice.
So wait,
and nailed my arms.
Were both your legs like
in?
Did both your legs fall through or just one?
I think just
because I remember it just being one.
Yeah, I think it was just one, but the whole experience was so traumatic. I can't really remember clearly.
I just remember the look on your face.
Slammed.
You were like shocked and exhausted, confused, in pain.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? I think it was during.
Didn't you fall on your head recently, Shane?
Didn't I
like
what?
a tour. Didn't you fall on your head like a tour
Oh,
or two ago?
yeah, in
I-
Ohio, dude. In Ohio, you fell off the big stage
I
at
fell-
AE.
All the way off the front of a stage with a stupid slip. It was just a light, I think, one of the lights that was up there or something, and I just came down, and my foot, it was like I literally like walked. It was like my one foot
Oh.
landed and slipped, and my second foot went to go support it, but there was no ground. I was already leaning too far, and I landed kind of cornered up like this against the barricade. So the distance, however far it was, probably 3 feet left of stage before the stage ended. And then, I don't know, 4 feet that way. And this way, probably 4 or 5 feet. But somehow I landed vertically or diagonally, like perfect, kind of like a pop in a handball. It was like pocketed in there. And all I had was like a little, like it was really sore. Like Donnie's saying, it really hurt my one spot though. It was just one spot on my arm that got hurt.
I just remember we all thought you had a concussion.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was a big fall. And I had my guitar and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have really an embarrassing moment.
You
I
don't have
broke
any
the
embarrassing moments, dude. You're
You own it.
you're just there, you know?
Yeah,
You're
thanks.
present.
That's what I want to be remembered as. You're just there.
You're just there, you know?
Eric just doesn't do anything embarrassing ever.
Sometimes I do. Can't hear you, John. I don't know if you're saying anything.
Yeah. Are you
Maybe
muted?
it's just me.
Your camera-
There he is.
I was muted. Yeah. Thanks.
I feel like you have an embarrassing moment, John.
You can stay muted
yeah,
if you
okay.
want. You can
I
stay
can say
muted,
one.
John. It's all good. Want to stay muted?
I have many embarrassing stories, but I think my favorite. I think this is Donnie's favorite.
Oh, yes.
In Chico, when we did the outdoor festival,
This is a twofer, both of us.
and Donnie presented me as a legend at Chico. This is like nobody was watching the show. It was during summer. It was some outside festival, and Donnie presents me as a legend, and he goes, "Tell him why you're a legend." And
A Chico State legend.
I walked into the mic.
Yes, they were Chico State legend.
And I just blanked. And all the 25 faces just staring at me blank. But in the flick of a moment, Shane fell off the back of the stage to distract everybody. So I got away.
It was divine intervention.
Yeah.
Saved
one
you from
wasn't-
saying
it was-
something you wish you didn't say.
It was more like a drop off than a fall in this instance because I did land on my feet and I did not get hurt at all. But it was divine intervention, and it was really amazing.
Man, that was embarrassing. Yeah. So, anyways, thanks.
Yeah, good question. And I do fuck with
agree with
Wendy's. I'll get to Jonathan. Not these days. I haven't driven that far, but yeah.
They closed too early. That's my only gripe.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Dave are cool. Hey, Dave.
Favorite
Dave's got
music
some good
video to
burgers.
make.
I don't know.
Glass half empty, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
Dang.
Too.
Yeah, glass
Shane
half
wasn't
empty.
there.
It was
Same
still
time.
really fun for me.
Still good.
It's hard
Yeah,
to not have fun with confetti.
Yeah, to use
I
your
remember I was
imagination.
finding glitter like everywhere for the next month after that. Glitter
Yeah.
and confetti.
Yeah,
in my
everywhere.
shirt on my back.
Weird.
That was a pretty fun one. I don't know. There were some other fun shoots we had.
Yeah, I really liked when we did the Stranger, or not. Yeah, Stranger was really fun. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
No, because we didn't do anything for that one.
Oh, right, that was just Rex. But
That's why I
the
was-
video we did with Rex for 1109, that one.
Oh yeah,
was
that
the
one
one
was
I was
cool.
thinking of going out to. It's like Apple Country out east of San Diego. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's good when we rent a house out because then you're just shooting in a open house with your friends. So
Is
How you
this
doing,
better?
Tommy?
It's not, huh?
It's a little bit better.
Okay,
Keep
one
trying.
second.
You're a little bit roboty.
I'm gonna try one more. Sorry. Be right
Donnie's
back,
time
everyone.
Mobot
All right.
9000 person.
This is what people really want to see, I think.
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you for your question. That was good. Are there any other videos coming to mind?
Wasn't the Relax Divide video shot?
Oh,
There was like
that
one
was
scene.
fun.
There was one scene that was like,
It was
how
one
long was it? Like 30
single
seconds
shot.
or something?
And he did like
But it was
to
a
the
single
body
shot.
and back.
Yeah, that was Relaxed Divide.
We had to move like
that
a
was
whole
cool.
drum kit and stuff during the
We
shot.
had to set up a drum kit, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
each of us had like a couple pieces, and then we all set it up real quick, and then the camera turned back, and then there we are, like playing live.
We were there. Yeah.
Live.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
that was crazy. I remember
Is this
holding the
better?
ride. Yeah, you could just hang out. See
Yeah,
how it
just don't
goes.
move. Don't move, Donnie.
It's where I live, dude. I'm telling you, it's where I fucking live. It's such bad signal. I have the router right by me.
Dang.
Yeah.
Plug direct in.
Yeah, man. Go direct in Ethernet, man.
Someone asked how we met Alan. I thought that was a cool question.
How did we meet Alan?
At a show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In LA.
That was
Twin Sons?
Twin Sons, yeah.
2011, 12.
2011.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alan.
Yeah.
I think I see him in the Twitch comments. So, what's up, Alan?
What's up, Foo?
Yeah, he was a drummer. And then he dances when he drums. You know, like he's just a
He'd
solid
stand
drummer.
up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, we should have him play for us live, and then he did.
And he never stopped.
Dude, I'm so mad at my internet right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it worked out.
That's
It's all
right.
good.
It's all good. We can hear what
We
you're
don't
saying.
hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hate you.
I didn't think so. Thanks for reassuring me.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Cool. Let's do more questions. I like this.
There are a lot of answers to this
Yeah.
because there's so many different ways to approach writing music. But I think something that I can remember being inspired by is just the human voice. This isn't a song that exists, but one time I wrote a song just because my roommate said something like in a specific tone of voice, or like the way her words, she was like a or something like that, and it like stuck.
I remember that song.
Yeah, it's there are pieces of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so stuff like that. I don't know, just the way like the music, to me it sounded like music already, even though it was the way she was talking. It like stuck with me, and I had to go figure it out on guitar, and it turned into a whole thing.
Nice.
I'm gonna try one more thing. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think
what
when
inspires me? Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like Shane said, there's so many different things that can inspire you. One, you have a deadline for an album, you gotta get inspired. But
You'll find it.
Two, when you want to write the music, I think for me, just listening to all of my favorite albums and seeing just the little things that they do on them that really makes an album or a song really great, and trying to put that in Hail the Sun music. So just exploring different ways of writing every time we meet up, and when you come into the studio and trying to get the sound out. So that's pretty cool. How about you, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, I just have like a very basic answer. It's just like just finding cool combinations of rhythm and melody and harmony, and combining them. I don't know.
That's always
great
fun, the
So I
experiment.
guess music for music's sake, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was
You do a
actually
good job.
I was inspired. You do a good job, Eric. A very good job.
Thank you.
I was
All of us.
inspired just like earlier this week. I was watching a Gibson TV YouTube video. They did an hour-long interview with Tony Iommi, and it was just to hear him talk through the whole Black Sabbath career and everything like that. I was like, man, this makes me really want to play some fucking rock and roll right now.
Oh yeah. Seeing like any pictures of live shows or performances is just makes me really miss being on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss it. Hope we get back soon, everybody. We miss you all.
Yeah. Great question.
Yeah.
Do I still not like Whataburger? I mean, if you're hungry, it'll fill you up. But I always think it's funny how like the whole In-N-Out Whataburger debate, to me at least, seems like it's perpetuated by people from Texas. Like I saw a meme that was like a Texas flag just saying like In-N-Out sucks, blah 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 blah, and then there's like a California flag. It's like, what is a Whataburger? Like I feel like so many people aren't even aware of Whataburger. At least I don't know. Speaking from my own perspective, like what I see.
They haven't tried it. Definitely.
But I mean, it's pretty basic. Like they have options and stuff. It'll fill you up if you're hungry.
Yeah.
That's where Eric stands.
seen a couple fights, in Whataburgers late at night, which I feel like is like the thing. I feel like that's like to be expected. Maybe it's got like that late night Waffle House vibe a little bit, which is like anything could happen.
Which is another thing California is missing from their diet.
Whataburger?
And Waffle House.
Oh, there's no Waffle Houses in California?
Maybe there are, but not like everywhere else.
No, it's like a southeast chain.
Yeah.
Is my thing better? Is my
yeah, that's way better.
Yeah.
And the natural lighting
you guys
is really
think about
bringing
Whataburger?
out some nice light.
What do I think about Whataburger?
No, it was for Eric. We don't care.
It was for me. No, we don't. But and it was for me. But now I'm throwing the question to you guys.
All right.
I tweeted Whataburger, not tweeted at them. I just said Whataburger, discuss. That's it. And Whataburger retweeted me. I mean, quote tweeted me. They're watching me. I didn't talk any shit.
Well, now's your chance.
No, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to make Nina mad.
I like it late night. I'm one of those guys and they're trying to start a fight late night. You know, I get my Whataburger. Get out of my way.
Yeah,
Chicken
I think
tender at barbecue. Oh, so good.
something about it does satisfy in a different way than anything.
Honey butter chicken biscuit is
Honey
good.
butter chicken biscuit.
Let me
is
say,
worth having.
Oh, and spicy ketchup.
egg and cheese sandwich. It's pretty good. Pretty good. That's.
I think you were gone. I think you were gone, Donnie. But I pretty much said, if you're hungry, it'll make you full.
I mean, but will it? There's side effects to that.
You got to get a good few
that are
things.
worse.
There's
than
side
getting
effects,
full.
but it will cure your hunger.
All right, I like that for meal of the day. My favorite meal of the day is breakfast.
Breakfast. Yeah. Breakfast. It's great.
Okay, we're going breakfast. Final answer.
Incredible.
That's Jamie Ann Malero.
Oh,
That is
hey.
Oh,
Donnie's
Jamie.
sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Tell Mika hi too. And if you guys want,
Hey,
keep
Jamie.
putting questions in on the
Everywhere.
everywhere. But I'm on Facebook and there's some funny questions here. I like this one. Will we ever hear Donnie rap?
No.
Never again.
Yeah. We will.
Yes.
Who's typing? I'm hearing loud typing noise. No one's
I'm hearing
typing?
that too. Is anybody else hearing that?
Yeah, I hear it too. I'm not typing.
Jane? Oh.
Who is typing? Is there a ghost in this chat?
It's a little mouth.
Probably. That's the next logical conclusion.
Oh, chat is haunted. That's okay.
Well,
Donnie, are you gonna rap
Alan said
right now? Or
Alan
no?
said it. Alan said he will make sure I raps in future recordings.
Yeah, he will.
He will. And if you heard it from Alan, it'll happen. What is the thought process of doing the same thing?
I'm assuming from a lyrical standpoint.
There's a lot of ways. I don't know. Is it for the song? Is it for the title? Is it for the...
I feel like the lyrical content would provide the most.
Best answer?
Yeah,
Dude,
the best answer. Most interesting response.
I think Whataburger is in this chat fucking up the audio after the stuff that we just said about him.
I got chastised for calling it Whataburger. Isn't it Whataburger?
I try not to say it.
that mediocre burger joint.
I just leave it alone and eat there if I'm brought there.
Okay, what we're talking thought process of doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Is it like the song?
I think so.
From a lyrical standpoint, this was, if I'm not mistaken, Shane, you had compiled a bunch of this out of what we call Shane parts, and we put it together.
Very true.
And played. But John, it's your audio. Oh, but what was I gonna say? The thought process of that was I thought backwards. So the way the song started is how I worked backwards from there. And there's people in my life who I thought maybe if we had ever met, we both would have. I mean, looking back on it now, it's nice that we learned the experiences that we've learned all in all, and been able to still keep some type of relationship, whatever it may be, friendship, I guess. But I was just wondering if it would be better off if we hadn't. So that's it worked backwards from there. Oh, it's
Nice.
quiet. I explained that right?
Yeah, I think so. If you feel
I
good, I feel
explained
good.
what I was thinking, right? Good question.
Yeah, thanks, Little Sad Ken. Who does the unclean vocals? They are good. This has changed through the years. It's like a song by song case at this point.
Yeah.
Donnie does definitely most of them.
I like to do the screaming, but also in Cosmic Narcissism, someone asked earlier who's screaming at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. While I didn't go to that point, I imagined it was talking about your part, Shane.
Probably the part I did.
That was Shane.
That was me.
Yeah.
And Corey Lockwood did some screaming for us on a track on Elephantitis. He's done some unclean.
Corey is on 8 Ball Corner's pocket.
Thank you, Illegal Trash. I appreciate your question and comment.
Milk bags. I don't even know what that is.
Like
boobies? Bagged milk? Yeah.
Oh, milk bag, like a bag of milk?
They have them. Other places do them.
Like wine? Like wine bag?
Instead of a gallon jug, you buy a bag, and it's full of milk.
Huh.
That's my take, too.
I'm going to stick with boobies. And yes.
What? I'm hearing shit.
You just don't get it. It's just going over your head.
I get it now.
Right,
Thank you, Josh. Probably somewhere.
Not from us.
My favorite illustrator is probably my brother. I think that since I was a kid, the stuff that he has illustrated has always captivated me. I like his drawing style, and I'm happy that we were able to incorporate it into some of our artwork and designs in Hail the Sun.
If Salvador Dali counts as a illustrator, then that is my favorite.
I'll allow it.
Because it's
Shane
abstract.
allows it.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
I was gonna say please fact check me or correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Roald Dahl drew all his own illustrations for his books and short stories and everything. And I always loved his style.
Love Roald Dahl.
Yeah, that's my fave.
How do you say his first name? I always thought it was Roald. Roald Dahl.
Roald.
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 Thanks, Natalia.
Yeah. John does this.
John actually writes 100% of the lyrics.
Only
He
the ones
just-
that involve seagulls.
And then Donnie revises everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John
he's a
submits-
glorified editor.
John submits 100% of the lyrics, and then I edit all of them from scratch. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't keep anything that he's written.
Most of the time.
But John submits the lyrics, and I edit 98% of them.
Yeah.
So
He
that's
doesn't
how that
edit
works.
words like the and.
I
Other
leave
than that,
those in.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty big overhaul.
John just tries to sneak in things about seagulls all the time.
And
Gotta
cats.
kill them all.
And cats, yeah.
And cats. So
Is
yeah.
that where your hatred of seagulls comes from? Or are you that much of a cat? You just see it and you want to bounce. Gotta kill it.
They just poop. I mean, they just poop on you without you.
I just
Without you asking.
That's true.
At least let me
What?
ask.
what circumstance would you ask a fucking seagull to shit on you
Come on.
Oh, I could think of a few.
Come on.
Yeah.
without you asking?
I
Making it.
Driving.
have we made it?
I think I second Eric.
That's up for debate.
We've made it
Yeah.
across the country and back several times. So
When we are in a vehicle where we have a driver, that eliminates the shittiness of having to do those like overnight 8-hour drives sometimes. There's something endearing about doing them ourselves when we used to do that all the time. But since having vehicles with drivers, that used to be one of the things I hated most about touring was those long overnight drives, which is ironic because I'm also a booking agent and will book those types of drives because I mean, where are you going to go between Kansas and Denver? You just have to go overnight and then Denver to Salt Lake City. Sorry to all you people that live in between there. I don't mean to say your cities aren't important, but they're just not important at that time.
Business bounty's coming out.
That
think-
aside,
I think
Sorry.
it justifies our 8-hour drive that we ask sometimes that our fans drive a little less than that. Hopefully, is I think where we end up.
I thought you were going to pitch an idea where we
Oh.
get fans to drive for us.
That's,
I think it justifies that. Someone from
Maybe.
Denver drives us
take
to
us
Salt
to
Lake
the
City.
next show.
Someone from
Yeah.
Salt Lake City drives us to Seattle. So
I'm into
that
it.
used to be my least favorite part. But when we have a driver, that eliminates that aspect. I would say it can be just really tough to adjust to a schedule. And once you're in that schedule, you're locked in it. So then coming off the road, my body gets very, very tight unless I right away continue to do some type of exercise routine. We're just so used to being so active all the time that
You know what though?
It
The
sucks
question
them
is most unexpected aspect. So if we're gonna go into that, I would say probably like I mean we figured it out by now, but at first just like learning to deal with everyone's like personality traits and quirks and like knowing when to like give people space and just let them do their own thing.
yeah.
I feel like that was like an unexpected aspect that we had to get used to.
Yeah, the close quarters coexistence.
Yeah.
Definitely a merit badge we all had to earn.
And we did. We really got used to it. And I mean, we started touring together at the age of 19 and 20. And so it's been a while and we've learned how to still be friends when we are in close quarters with each other. That was unexpected. I agree.
Good question.
Very.
Yeah, I like answering questions like this.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks everyone who's stuck around
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Whoever's
well,
tuned in or tuning in.
yeah. If you are just tuning in, realize that we are releasing we just
Nala.
released a face mask and a benefit shirt for Chain Reaction, one of our favorite venues. We can flash that on the screen right now, I think. Let's see if I can do it. Come on. Come on. There we
Oh, there you
go.
go.
There it is. The shirt benefits Chain Reaction. The face mask helps benefit Music Cares. Both are the Music Cares is a great organization, and Chain Reaction is one of our favorite venues and has done so many things for lots of bands over many, many years as well. So, okay, you can go to hailthesun.bigcartel.com, purchase that there. All right. Thank you, thank you, Graphic Man.
Oh, there's a
found
cat.
one.
Now
I
there's
found
two
it.
cats in the screen.
This is Nala. This is a cat, and you have now seen Nala. And I don't know how long she wants to be here.
Aren't you allergic to cats?
She does love me. I am, but I have really well, I don't know actually at this point. I still take medicine like
You seem like you're doing
every
okay.
couple days. I take it pretty frequently. A lot of it's seasonal too. She doesn't sleep on my face, so that's nice.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Mhm.
I want to mention something about all this as well in regard to this question, Carla Rojas, and that is that everything right now is extremely tentative. While we do think that there are definitely going to be guidelines put in place, and this does make sense. There will probably be no moshing or crowd surfing when things first start opening up. No one really knows for sure how long that's going to last, when it's going to start, if and when it's going to end. It's all just so up in the air. So in answering that second part of your question, I do think people will listen because it'll probably be easier to enforce when there's many security guards who are going to be there to throw you out if you don't abide by the rules. And how do you think concerts? Yeah, I do think it will take time, but concerts will come back to normal, especially when we do have a vaccine.
I feel like no crowd surfing and moshing wasn't even abided by before quarantine. Like for venues that said no moshing or whatever, it would still happen.
Like Chain. I love that, dude.
Oh yeah, like it happens
It's
all the
so
time.
good.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like especially now where people are itching to go see live music,
Mhm.
might be kind of hard to contain that. But like you said, it's tentative. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Good question. Tony, have you worn the shirt I made you? Yes. Thank you. I really have. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
He wears it every day.
Just like a little and shimmy.
If
your
you don't
cats.
know that those are the
That's
names of
so
his cat.
confusing.
Thank you, Nika. Thank you for dropping my cat. They're around here. One of them
Dropping
sleeping,
my
you know.
cat.
Come on, John, get little and shimmy.
Got a little
Thanks,
shimmy
Nika.
there.
All right. Featuring Connor's new song with JP.
No. I haven't.
No.
No, is it good?
Cool.
Chris Crummett produced the last record
Amazing.
the one we just recorded, and it was our first time as Hail the Sun working with him, and it was
a long time coming for us.
sick. Yeah, it was really, really great. It was a great experience.
He is a good producer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a good human. He's a good human too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He is.
What shows have you been watching? Well, I mentioned Star Wars. I've been watching the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec. My girlfriend's never watched The Office, so I'm watching that again with her. I think this is my third time through.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So it's entertaining. I kind of want to watch Altered Carbon season 2. Watch Kingdom. I don't know if you guys seen that on Netflix.
No.
Yeah.
Ozark.
What about you guys?
I've binged Ozark. I've watched a ton of documentaries. One was about the Russian hacking thing for this last election. That was really interesting. Of course, Tiger King, when everything first
Oh,
started.
Tiger King, yeah.
It's like, of course that one. And I've rented a bunch of videos on Amazon Prime. Have you guys ever seen what's it called? Oh my God, A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Oh, it's incredible. Anyone
Yeah.
watching this, A Time to Kill. It's such a good movie. It's about he's a lawyer. He looks so good in it. But I mean, he always does. Except for Dallas Buyers Club. He doesn't look that good in that one.
I mean, yeah, there was a reason for that.
But in all the other ones, look so good. Anyway,
What have you been watching, John?
I just watched Dave. Did you guys watch Dave at all? It's about
What-
Little
what is it?
Dicky.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's called Dave.
The Little Dicky
funny.
Show?
Yeah.
It's pretty well written. So if you like a good belly laugh, go for it.
Who done?
Who doesn't? Go ahead, Shane.
I have been watching. There's a genre you can call competitive reality, apparently, and it's where the Holiday Baking Championship. That's where it really started. I'll come full honesty with you people. It started in October, watching the Halloween baking, but now we're watching the Great British Baking Championship. We watched Making It. We've done all these their competitions. You get to know the people because they last the whole season. You're familiar with it. It's the same as Top Chef and all that other stuff, but they're really nice these days.
I do not. But I do like the way it makes me feel when the bass drops. Is that the lingo that we use?
is that what you're supposed to say?
Until then.
It just builds up and then drops.
I don't listen to it on the regular,
Yeah.
but I do like some house and some trance every now and again.
Yeah, I like trance. I'm kind of more on that boat of that EDM world. So
We'll probably answer just a few more questions.
I don't know what that is.
I have
I don't know what Joji is.
So sorry.
Let's get some. If we're only gonna answer a few more, let's make them good,
Oh, that one was
real good, juicy ones.
As they disappear,
All right.
the search begins.
Yeah. There's some cool ones here. I'm reading here on Facebook. Here, let me.
Yeah, just read 'em.
While our wonderful moderator looks for some, I'm gonna put some up here on Facebook. Let's see. Okay. I need to go up. Watch some chopped. Oh, I'm looking. 1 second. What's the difference between a hot dish and a casserole?
Hot dish and a casserole?
That's what I said.
Is this a riddle?
I don't know. No, it's not.
So what's your answer, Donovan?
Oh, that's the question. You don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay. Me either. But we're gonna forget about that one.
Okay.
And we're gonna go to what
Maybe
makes
it's the dish.
What? Oh, it's the dish. That's the
Casserole
answer.
dish.
Facebook
I'm
person.
going with-
What makes a long drive great, and what makes a long drive terrible? That's a good question. Paul Mann.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I will say the two key features that have made my drives great are either the thing I'm listening to or the thing I'm looking at. That's about all you have when you're driving. So
Yeah, I think when you have a really good beverage, like a good coffee or a
yeah,
good iced drink, that makes it that 1 hour just that much better. And then the worst thing is when you really got to pee and there's nowhere to pee. So
I feel like you figured that out with your water bottle technique.
yeah, I have
Tip number
dominated
one.
the water bottle technique. I'm not gonna lie.
So much so that you you do it when we're not in the car. Like anytime.
I miss being in bubbles. I'm gonna be.
I feel like you get conditioned. the bean bottles.
There is a
That's
convenience that's hard to beat.
What about you, Donnie?
I will say a little more of a simpler sense. What makes a long drive great is when you can sleep through it. If you can sleep through the majority of the drive, that makes it great. Comfortably sleep. And what makes it terrible is if you are sick. If you are sick during a long drive, it can be unbearable, especially if you cannot sleep, because then you're just sick, but not like sick, like sick.
See,
You know?
now I'm confused.
I know what you mean. Right?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I would say, well, from like the perspective of like doing the driving, like some good podcasts and some 5-hour energy. Like, I don't know, one of my favorite things and least favorite things about touring is doing the long overnight drives.
Mhm.
Least favorite in that it just sucks altogether, but you can make the best of it if you have like a good podcast, like some 5-hour energy, caffeine, maybe some sunflower seeds.
Oh,
Just
I was waiting for you to
that's
say that. That's
my
your
combo.
thing. That's
Combination.
your
Yeah.
thing.
it hasn't failed me
Got
yet.
the beans,
Stay up all night.
coffee, seeds, some
But
deer
yeah,
in
I
the
don't know.
road.
It's kind of cool to like just be alone with your own thoughts and watch the sun go up, and yeah. So
You're the best nighttime driver we have. You've gotten us.
it depends.
No.
One time I lost a bet and I had to shotgun 2 Red Bulls, and that night
sounds
drive.
so bad.
Oh, it's before a night drive, and that drive went by very fast for me.
Oh, that would just I'd have to just pee a million times. Because I always have to pee. I stop and pee.
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
always do. I feel like I have a bigger bladder than you.
But I'm
A
trying.
much bigger bladder. Yours like the size of a peanut.
That's that's
Donovan Peanut Bladder Malero.
one of the things I miss the most about the driving tours is those 2 a.m. stops where you get for you it'd be seeds and coffee, but I just get a pilot coffee. Just hop in the van. You're alone with your thoughts, and that's why I do a lot of my thinking and planning actually, and lyric writing during those times. Whether it's long drives at home or on tour, especially on tour, I'm putting together ideas like the whole time and taking phone calls and shit. I do a lot of phone calls.
Like if you have you and your co-pilot, whoever it is, have just like a really long, deep conversation.
Yeah.
That can be refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just to comment one more thing on that, I remember the first times that I ever had to do really long drives was coming from Southern California and driving to Chico, where we all went to school. John, you still had a several-hour drive even from where you live from Chico. So those for me was like, oh my God, I have an 11-hour day coming up where it's just me and my car, and I have to drive back to college or back home from college or whatever. So that was, like Eric said, it was good practice at getting the routine down of like what works for you. I didn't have seeds or anything, but you find a reliance on the CDs and the podcasts that you choose, but also like Donovan said, you find that like a lot of comfort in being that alone with yourself for that long. It can be pretty rewarding in its own way.
Yeah, really. And yeah, we used to drive all the time from Chico to SoCal. That really prepped us for touring. That's an 8-hour drive. And that became a very normal thing to do.
Yeah, that's commonplace.
I saw Alan asked here if we ever let Alan drive. Alan asked, do you ever let Alan drive?
You guys
Alan too.
You guys let Alan drive on tour?
Well, first you should you should start that answer
Eric,
by.
What do you think, Eric?
Let me tell you. You should describe that, or go into that answer by describing how Alan drives in a normal car, which is insane and scary. So, for that reason, I feel like me and Donnie have a lot of trouble letting Alan take the wheel on tour.
Has he done it?
I can't hear Donnie. I don't know if that's just me.
Muted.
Here I am.
Yeah, he has one time. And it was a time that me and Donnie weren't there, I remember. Because we probably wouldn't have let it happen if we were there. But I remember someone sent a picture that said, "Look, he's doing so well," or something like that.
Yeah. He goes over speed bumps real fast.
Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, it was just the three of us.
We also we should mention real quick. We just realized that people have been tipping us. We forgot to even mention that. We appreciate that so much. If you've been tipping, if you want to leave a tip, yeah, it helps us out in these times. Obviously, soundrink.live. You can go to soundrink.live, and if you want to leave a tip for me, Eric, or Shane, you can do it there. If you want to do it for John, you can still do it there as well. But it's just gonna go to us three. Anyway,
first.
I'll give a drip for a tip.
Well, yeah, we'll give this 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna be booted here. We want to give a huge shout out to Evan and Alexandra, who each tipped very generously. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Evan
thanks everyone who bought a shirt or a mask or tipped.
I've also just learned that we are now the face masks are selling way quicker than we thought. So if you want one, get on it now because they are going very fast. And same with the chain shirts, but the face masks especially are doing well. But yeah, we'll have 5 more minutes here and then we will log off. But in case we don't have time to do it before, there's been a lot of you that have joined us, and this has been so much fun. Like, thank you. We normally don't get a chance to do shit like this because we're normally not in a pandemic where we want to do stuff. And it's nice to also just hang out with you guys. Like, this is fun. I feel I'm getting my social.
It's been really nice seeing you, John. Yeah.
Yeah, John. It's been great.
Eric, it's been so good to see you. John.
John.
You too. Shane? Yeah, you too, man.
Sure, it's been nice.
You're looking the wrong way.
It's been nice. I'm sorry. Keep forgetting.
It's different.
Hey, man. Hey, let's touch fingers.
We can do the glass half empty thing. Wait, see if my arm can go into yours. What if it did?
I don't think it works. Yeah, imagine.
What is that? Like that. Wait, try it. Try it.
All right.
Wait, Eric. Do the Eric one. That's so weird. Wave it. Wave, Eric. Go back and forth.
It's hard. I'm like angling like the wrong way.
This is better than a virtual concert.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I want to do this again more. But we'll take one more question. And once again, like, thank you for tipping. They're coming in. We forgot to even mention that. Soundrink.live if you'd like to leave a tip.
And
yeah, we'll take probably a couple more questions, 2 more questions.
I want to thank Cody from Soundrink Live from
doing
this whole thing.
Cody, thank you so much. Thanks, Soundrink.
He's behind the curtain, crushing it.
Making it all happen.
I saw something on here about a virtual concert, and all I will say is we are currently in the works of trying to figure out a way to do something just like that, but make it more than just like acoustic type of thing. Those are still fun, but I'm talking like a full production. So we're trying to see what we can do about that. And we'd like to know if you're still watching it in the comments, if that's something you all would be interested in seeing. If you think you would want to buy a ticket to a virtual concert, please let us know. With like not just us, a bill full of bands, including us. That would be really cool. I'm checking the comments real quick.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Let's do one more question.
Do you want me to find it?
Yeah,
do you guys want me to? I'm gonna find it. All right.
Track it down.
There's a lot of comments are coming in. Okay. From the high school, MOSFET from high school. That's like a call to form MOSFET. Let me sec. I'm looking. All right, let's see here. Hold on. I'm looking.
I'm gonna say hi in the Twitch chat. Just so everyone in Twitch knows, my username is /and-24. So you know it's the real me. Just saying hello to everyone.
Yeah, Eric's got a Twitch, and I just started a Twitch as well. I think you just searched
I
Donovan
don't have a
Maloro.
Twitch.
Oh.
Well, I have a Twitch account, but I don't stream. But I
Oh.
would like to stream.
So what'd you just give? What info is that?
Like my username
For what?
in the Twitch chat, I just said hi.
Oh.
But like I told people my username /&-24 so that they knew it was me and not just some random.
Are there any good questions in that Twitch chat you can pull from?
I was
Trying to
looking.
pick the best one.
Dude, thank you again. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. It feels good to connect, especially considering there'd be so much more happening at this time if we weren't in the current situation. But yeah, I do have a
Thanks
Twitch.
a lot, guys.
Donovan Malero's the Twitch, I think. Wait, don't have an OnlyFans? No, I don't. They might have an Only. John should have an OnlyFans for his cat tips.
I got a Twitch.
Oh,
Here's my Twitch. Oh,
So
that's
stupid.
You did
What
it.
are you gonna think about that?
You did it.
Did it?
Just one more question. That's all we're looking for. Oh, before I forget, the How Right and the Kisser Chain show that is still going to happen. Thank you for being patient with us. It was going to happen earlier this month, but as everyone knows, that still was not legal at that time. So we're going to still push those dates further back, and you'll be the first to know when we do have that. All right. I got a question that's very simple. Wait, simple or complex? What do you want? Damn,
Simple.
It's really simple or complex. There's two that came in right by each other.
I like simple.
Okay,
Doesn't
how
matter.
about this?
Surprise us.
You get to choose. If you either want to answer rocks or potato chips, or if you could give us life advice regarding your personal lives and what we could learn, what would it be?
Follow your dreams.
Nice. Yes.
Make goals.
Yes. Potato chips.
Potato chips.
What was that question? A rock or potato chips?
Rocks or potato chips?
Are they potato rocks?
Sure.
We don't know.
Okay. Then
What's the
maybe
situation?
one.
Is it a survival situation? Because in that case, I'd probably pick rocks.
Oh, here
I
this
could
is where
message
Hail the
this
Sun
person.
thrives.
I could
Hypothetical.
message this person and see what the
Let's get
situation
some
is.
further intel.
How about
Let's
this?
just make our own conclusions about the situation.
For me, it's if you walk outside and you see one on the floor and you see them both on the floor. I'm gonna choose it. I
wouldn't just eat a random bag of potato chips.
Okay,
Especially
well,
if they were just on the floor.
if I knew they were good, I would choose potato chips.
Okay, how about someone comes up to you, your friend, good friend, and offers you a rock or potato chips?
Me?
Pick potato chips. Yeah.
I'd choose a rock in that instance because
Me
my friend
too.
would normally offer me potato chips. So the fact that they're giving me another option, there's something about the rock I want to know more about because normally they'd give me potato chips. Does that make sense?
Good to know. I'll remember that.
I guess it does depend on the situation and the circumstances. Is that all of us?
I think so. I think it can be
Okay.
summed up in some life advice that just says, if life gives you rocks, work with the rocks. If life gives you potato chips, eat them.
That's good. Oh, wait. Oh, my, okay.
Thank you, John.
Okay, there's, hold on.
We have a long question involving an avalanche in our own chat.
Oh.
I don't know,
So we do.
actually.
Oh.
Read it.
Should we read it?
Not out loud.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is going places.
Yeah, it's a long one.
It's probably boring for people to just watch us read a question and
very
not answer it.
probably.
It's explicit, everybody.
It's
Hold on.
getting out of a trap.
Okay, let's do it. Eric, you
All
read
right.
it. Your voice is more soothing.
Can we get it pinned onto the screen or something?
Good. That'd be fun.
Let's see if our amazing content moderator here. Okay, here's part one.
Okay, everyone follow along. I'm not going to read it though.
Okay, I'll read it. You are in an avalanche and you've been injured. You come to and you realize that your left arm is broken. You can't move it. You've got this huge wall of rock and ice, whatever. And behind it,
I think his name is you.
you've got your right arm, which is for some reason holding onto a knife.
Good.
And you've got your dick. Your right arm, you can kind of struggle out, but you have to let go of the knife.
And your dick is just
Hopelessly stuck. You can't get it out.
oh my.
Hold on, there's more.
There's a lot more.
There's more. Thanks for staying with us for this.
Yeah, it's a really important question.
Mhm.
Okay. So there is a news helicopter. Oh, there is a news helicopter that's flying by. That if you could just wave to them with your right arm, you could flag them down, and it would take them about 3 hours to get to you. Now here's the twist. There's a very horny silverback gorilla behind you that is going. Okay, you guys can read.
You want to popcorn read it?
No, dude,
I'll go
I
for
actually don't want to read it.
There's a very horny silverback gorilla behind you that is going to butt fuck you for all 3 of those hours on live television as the news broadcasts it until they rescue you. Now your other option, the only other option, is to use the knife that's trapped behind the ice wall to cut.
I'm actually afraid where this is going. I have not seen the rest of this question.
And you'd lose it forever, but you can run and make it back just fine. But you have to lose your dick. So you cut off your dick, or do you enjoy 3 hours of televised gorilla butt fucking?
Neither.
Come on, guys.
All right. I think we should sit on this one and really think about it.
No, I don't want to revisit this.
No, yeah. So I'm not going to answer it, but that's the answer. The answer is you can't answer.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much.
This is where we need Shane to fall off the stage.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Once more, you can tip at soundrink.live, or we have the Chain Reaction benefit shirt and the Music Cares benefit mask at hailthesun.bigcartel.com. And the masks are going very, very quickly, I'm being told, and the shirt is following. So thank you for joining us.
When you're wearing it.
It feels good. Yeah, look at Shane.
Shane wearing it.
It feels really good to be able to hang out with all of you, Eric, Shane, and John, and also all of you who have joined us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging.
And yeah.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for
Cut it off. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Whatever.
See you guys. We'll talk shortly. Bye.